What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got everything is about to change for the 49ers. Let's check this out. Hey, my boy Ayuk got paid yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Your hope to
4-year, $120 million.
That's right, boy.
We're gonna give $32 million to a guy who was.
Hey, but now they still got to deal with Trent Williams, bro. You know what I'm saying? That drama is still going on and shit. I think he's still holding out, you know what I'm saying, for a new contract extension. I don't even know if he's going to be even playing week 1. So we still got that shit to deal with, but
I want you guys to also see what I've been dealing with in regards to this saga over the past 10 days.
Hey, Niners fans, how y'all feel about the season though?
There's been so many twists and turns, and it's been impossible to follow. So before we get to the content, we're giving away copies of Madden 25. All you have to do to be entered is subscribe and have our notifications on. And now that we get all that out of the way,
W intro.
mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? If you guys remember, the moment that the Super Bowl concluded, Brandon Ayuk got very emotional and hinted that he might not be a 49er this upcoming year.
Your hope to remain.
And like, bro, like I still don't understand why the hell it took them so long to pay him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that he was asking for a huge bag. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that 120 mil is not, you know what I'm saying, a huge bag. But like, bro, compared to what other receivers got, like 135 mil, 136 mil from CeeDee Lamb, like I thought he was asking for somewhere in that price range, bro. So you telling me they could have been paid this nigga $120 million this whole fucking time? Like, bro, come on now.
That's right, boy. I don't remember. What would that route move look like?
I don't know. Maybe something else was going on behind closed doors, bro.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting.
But it's just crazy.
A wide receiver sitting there overcome with emotion at the fact that he lost the biggest game of his life, and then he's also like,
it's really sad because if the 49ers don't pay me enough, I'm never going to play for them again. So it makes me even more sad.
but here's the thing. If
That's
that
tough.
was just a text message from Brandon Ayuk spent the entire offseason emphasizing, then unemphasizing, then re-emphasizing that same exact message, constantly reminding the 49ers that if he doesn't get paid, he won't play for the 49ers anymore. Of course, this wasn't the first time the 49ers dealt with a situation like this. When Deebo Samuel had a breakout season during the 2021
I'm guessing that's the thing you gotta do to get a new contract, huh?
1,500 receiving yards.
Just crash out on social media.
Yards from scrimmage and became a first-team All-Pro. He also protested that he deserved a larger contract. But the way Deebo went about,
But it's crazy that he took a step back too after getting that contract extension as well. You know what I'm saying? And plus, injuries did have a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? He was injured a lot last year, but he did kind of take a step back.
he just scrubbed his Instagram of all things San Francisco 49ers.
Because he's no longer their whole offense, you know?
Rewarded him with a brand new contract. Deebo Samuel will get
Because once CMC came in, oh boy.
annually, which is good enough to make him the 12th highest paid wide receiver this year. But the problem with Deebo Samuel's contract is he has a cap at about $28.6 million.
Damn.
With a dead cap of $42.765 million. There's a potential out in 2025, but also Deebo Samuel hasn't been the same player since getting this contract extension.
Facts.
In
I
2020,
literally just said that.
but he only gained 864 yards from scrimmage. A huge reason for that is that the 49ers were no longer as dependent on Deebo Samuel for their running attack because they traded for Christian McCaffrey.
Facts, like, bro, he was like their biggest part of their offense before trading for CMC because they used him more as a running back and as a receiver, like, because they didn't really have, you know what I'm saying, a true number one running back with Elijah Mitchell. I believe he was dealing with injuries and shit as well at that time. So they just heavily relied on Deebo Samuel. But now that CMC's in the you know what I'm saying, the picture, they don't really need to utilize Deebo like they used to anymore.
He missed 2 games.
Even though they still use him on gadget plays, but like not as much.
And he gained 1,000.
Well, CMC now.
15 yards from scrimmage. Still very good, but not the same player that the 49ers extended coming off in 2021. Deebo is going into his age 28 season. So
Damn, Deebo's 28 now? Bro was reaching territory, pushing 30 in this motherfucker.
At some point. But
shit.
alas, alas, that's not what happened. The Super Bowl concluded, and Brandon Ayuk didn't take Deebo Samuel's path either. While Deebo Samuel just scrubbed his Instagram clean and that was it, Brandon Ayuk got his family and friends involved. Drayshawn Hudson called out the 49ers for not featuring Brandon Ayuk more in the Super Bowl.
His girlfriend, I believe, what did his brother get involved? I think as well.
Exact reason why we're leaving San Francisco. Thank you 49ers for drafting my brother. We are forever grateful. BA to Vegas. This would be one of many teams that Brandon Ayuk would get linked to. But of course, Brandon Ayuk would also include his girlfriend.
Okay, this might have been the last day we touched foot on Levi Stadium, me and Braylon, because
Braylon,
might not be out here next
bro,
But this would be
I still can't get over her calling this nigga Braylon.
49ers general manager John Lynch discussed how the 49ers are doing everything they could throughout the summer to extend Brandon Ayuk, saying that the 49ers are actively talking with Brandon Ayuk and there has been no trade discussions. All those reports are not accurate. He said the team would be okay with Ayuk playing on the 5th-year option. But Brandon Ayuk called this out in a sauna, saying money talks, bullshit walks. Things will get very interesting as Brandon Ayuk would unfollow the team on Instagram before posting a video onto TikTok with his
bro, this one I thought it was solidified he was going to the Commanders. I'm not even gonna hold you, but
Bro, look in the cam, bro. Look the cam.
bro, they got a whole vlog. They got a whole vlog camera, bro.
They said they don't want me back. I swear.
Now, meanwhile, the San Francisco 49ers were playing hardball back. You see, the 49ers spent their first-round pick on a wide receiver, Ricky Pearsall.
Now, this shit was still crazy, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Now they really have insurance now, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Ricky Pearsall has been dealing with injuries and shit in preseason. But when he's healthy, the Niners are going to be probably the most scariest, potent offense in the NFL, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Likely to be a replacement for Deebo Samuel than he would be for Brandon Ayuk. Ricky Pearsall had a 4.440 yard dash, a 6.43 cone drill, a 4.05 shuttle, and even in his scouting report it says he has great long speed, great ball skills, is a detailed
and his aggressive catch trait is through the fucking roof.
Jet sweep player to great effectiveness. If you watch San Francisco 49ers games, one of their most effective plays are either jet sweeps to Deebo Samuel or fake jet sweeps to Deebo Samuel that actually turn into inside zone runs to Christian McCaffrey, or fake jet sweep play actions that confuse the living out of the defense and result in a wide open Brandon Ayuk or George Kittle down the middle. Because how the hell are you supposed to defend against that? It's impossible.
Hey,
so the 49ers
that's why I feel like it's I'm sorry I'm pausing the video, you know what I'm saying, so much, but I feel like that's why it's so important to have 3 really good corners on your defense now, bro. You know what I'm saying? 2 pretty good safeties as well. Let's try and deal with offenses like this, like the Niners, the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? Texans, Bears.
With the 49ers, Brandon Ayuk has been doing all this crap to the 49ers. The very cherry on top is the fact that eventually the San Francisco 49ers will have to pay Brock Purdy a significant amount of money, possibly topping over $60 million, especially if the Dallas Cowboys extend Dak Prescott at $60 million.
For the people that are saying that Brock Purdy probably doesn't deserve it, yes, the fuck he does, bro. Bro has already made it to 2 NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl. And all that is before who? This nigga right here, bro. This nigga right here. Has not made an NFC Championship game yet. Has not made a Super Bowl. And Brock Purdy's already done that through his first 2 seasons in the NFL. Come on now.
Which they will, because the Dallas Cowboys,
well, basically 1.5 seasons.
Now, throughout the
Let's
summer,
give it a
there have
buck.
been multiple teams in on Ayuk. Primarily the Pittsburgh Steelers, who want a brand new wide receiver 1 to pair with George Pickens, especially with Deontay Johnson gone, and with 2 very
Steelers are
on
fucked.
the roster.
I love it.
We've heard it all all summer long. As a matter of fact, Josina Anderson came out in July and said, I'm told within the last couple of weeks that the Patriots reached out to the 49ers inquiring about wide receiver.
Yeah, he didn't want to go to the Patriots, nigga.
He was not going to be traded.
He wants to win a Super
The reason
Bowl.
why the New England Patriots would want Brandon Ayuk is very simple. They don't want Drake May to turn into Mac Jones 2.0. I said this before the NFL draft.
And hey, Mac Jones was balling out in the preseason, so maybe Mac Jones wasn't the problem. Maybe it was just the Patriots sucked ass. You feel me?
Throw the damn ball to.
I don't know.
Yeah, Kendrick Bourne, but Juju Smith-Schuster can't separate for shit. And if the Patriots
And now
don't
Juju's
get a
back with the
wide
Chiefs.
receiver one for Drake May real quick, you can see his confidence wane and he could potentially bust. And it won't even be his fault.
Pause.
See the situation he's in. He's not in the
Pause,
same
bro.
situation as Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, who got him Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. He's not in the same
Romo
situation
Dunze.
as Peyton Daniels, who has Harry McLaurin to throw the football to, and he's certainly not in the same situation as JJ McCarthy, who's probably in the best situation of all, because JJ McCarthy gets to sit behind a bridge quarterback in Sam Darnold, learn the quarterback-friendly
Well, he has no choice now.
offense, and
Shit.
eventually just chuck up prayers to Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison whenever he comes back from suspension, and TJ Hawkinson.
He suspended too. Damn. What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Charged with 2 misdemeanors, faced at least 3 games. Bro, I didn't even know this shit happened. What the fuck?
TJ Hawkinson, while also handing off the football to Aaron Jones. Drake May is in the worst situation out of any of those first-round QBs, and the Patriots are desperate to get him a reliable wide receiver one. But throughout the summer, the 49ers...
Shit, draft one next season, bro. Got Travis Hunter, Emeka Egbuka, Luther Burton,
Other teams have reached
T-Mac.
out, spoken to San Francisco,
I think T-Mac's going to be in the
49ers
draft.
have no intention of trading
Tez
this
Johnson.
wide receiver Brandon Ayuk, who officially has requested a trade. 49ers open training camp next week. In the past, the 49ers have had players such as Deebo Samuel and Robbie Gould also request trades before reaching deals with both players. The 49ers intend to keep Brandon Ayuk, not trade him. Now, hardball was certainly played because Brandon Ayuk has officially requested a trade after an offseason of unsuccessful attempts to reach an extension. Despite a recent meeting, the Niners haven't been willing to engage in negotiations since May, so Ayuk has respectfully asked out. Now, in Brandon Ayuk's case, he's just looking to get paid, and if the 49ers were able to pay him in the earlier part of the summer, chances are he could have been paid somewhere around $29 to $30 million a year annually. What further complicated this was the brand new contracts of AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Justin Jefferson. And eventually,
And
it's gonna
Devontae
be
Smith as well.
As a result,
Jalen
Brandon
Waddle.
Ayuk has asked for even more money, and rightfully so. His receiving yards have consistently gone up each and every single season.
Shit, does it mean that he's going to pop out for like 1,600 this
He
year?
was an all-pro this past year, so he's set to cash in on his first major contract. Leaving the state of California could potentially help him tax-wise depending on which team he winds up with. And now we got the latest part of the Brandon Ayuk saga. A team that we were expecting him to potentially get traded to is officially out, and a team that we did not expect him to get traded to at all is officially in. So listen to what Tom Pelissaro has to say about this.
Now, look, we've had the Patriots mentioned, we have the Browns mentioned, we have the Steelers mentioned, we've had a return to San Francisco mentioned as well. There are multiple avenues in which this could go. Ayuk has a few destinations in mind. One of them was Washington. He made that clear. We have not heard Washington and the Commanders bubbling up as of recently. But again, Brandon Ayuk seems like he is going to be.
Bro, I would have loved to see him playing in the Commanders uni, bro, with Jaden Daniels again. That shit would have been crazy.
If you notice,
Teaming up with Scary Terry.
moments where he'd show up and dap up Kyle Shanahan, and people started overanalyzing this. Is this him saying goodbye to Kyle Shanahan? Is this him thanking Kyle Shanahan for putting him in a situation where he could get paid? Well, this is what Kyle Shanahan had to say about it.
Saw him on the field. He hadn't been on the field a lot. Just walked by each other and each other would greet each other. Bro hug.
Later on
Bro
Monday,
hug.
you would find out that there were 2 main teams that were in the race for Brandon Ayuk. The first one was a team that was always in, and that's the New England Patriots. According to Josina Anderson, the trade terms that the 49ers have on the table from the New England Patriots for wide receiver Brandon Ayuk remain unchanged per source. It's the same terms New England has been offering for a while. The Patriots have been pursuing Ayuk for months. This Ayuk circus has gone on for months. I mean, look at how much videos we made on Brandon Ayuk. I'm running out of
God
jersey swap ideas
damn.
for the guy, for crying out loud. But eventually we would find out from some secondary sources, not my go-to guys, not the rap sheets, the Josinas, or the Adam Schefters that I usually lean on, but my Mayako NBCS reports that the 49ers have a framework of a Brandon Ayuk trade with both the Browns and the Patriots. It's up to Ayuk to decide if he will accept either of these teams' contract terms. Now, here's where it gets interesting. According to Mike Garofalo, an individual that we very much trust on this YouTube channel,
Facts.
Brandon Ayuk
He part of the
is more
insiders.
likely to be traded than sign an extension with the San Francisco 49ers. This is the first time we're hearing this. We originally thought that Ayuk would definitely reach a contract extension with the 49ers. A huge part of the 49ers offense has been dependent on Brandon Ayuk getting wide open looks as a result of the confusion that Shanahan's offense would create, and also because of his abilities as one of the best run blocking wide receivers in the NFL. And this is very unique because Ayuk has been presented with two situations. One situation is the Cleveland Browns, who would not be able to pay him nearly as much money, but would give him a better chance to win, which is kind of interesting considering the fact that I've
Like, bro,
lost faith.
I don't even know why the Browns were even in the fucking race to trade for Ayuk, knowing damn well they can't pay him. So it would have been stupid to give up something if you know you cannot retain him, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that would be all for naught, because let's keep it a buck. The Browns are not winning the Super Bowl this year, or at least going to the Super Bowl. Like let's get that set in stone right now, bro. They're at most they're a wild card, you know what I'm saying, team. You know what I'm saying? But bro, they have no cap space because of Deshaun Watson's contract. So why the hell would y'all put yourself in a deeper hole?
A while ago, but if Brandon Ayuk thinks that gives
Come
him
on
a better
now.
chance to win than San Francisco, then by all means go for it. The other being the New England Patriots, which is an opportunity to get paid as much money as humanly possible and be the #1 wide receiver for Drake May. But a lot of fans are wondering,
Mike, what happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers? I thought Brandon Ayuk was destined to go to the Steelers.
apparently the San Francisco 49ers were asking for way too much in return for Brandon Ayuk, so the Pittsburgh Steelers were officially out.
I mean, like, bro, Ayuk was a first round pick, bro. What do you expect? You expect them to trade him for a damn half-eaten apple and goddamn Lay's potato chips, my nigga? Like, bro, come on now.
Even though Ayuk doesn't really want to go to the Patriots or the Browns. And then on Tuesday, we found out that everything changed for the New England Patriots, as all of a sudden, they were no longer interested in Brandon Ayuk. So we have Adam Schefter in a video explaining what happened, but according to
So is this why they came to a contract extension agreement?
The Patriots
Because everybody pulled out of the deal?
any further trade possibilities with the 49ers regarding their standout wide receiver. The Patriots are excited about their young receivers and want to focus on them. And though Demario Douglas had 561 receiving yards in 14 games played last year, Javon Baker has been having a great camp apparently, but depending on those two wide receivers over a true #1
Jalen
wide receiver
Polk.
like Brandon Ayuk obviously isn't going to excite a lot of New England Patriots fans, but Adam Schefter explains why the Patriots decided to take this route in this video.
New England had the parameters of a trade in place with San Francisco. That wasn't the issue, but they weren't getting a great vibe here as they tried to conduct communication with Brandon Ayuk and his agent. And the longer it went on, the worse they felt about it. And eventually they said, what are we doing here? Let's just focus in on the young receivers that we have. They feel like they're excited about them. And rather than go ahead and give up a huge amount of compensation to the 49ers after or before going ahead to give up what would be a big contract to Brandon Ayuk that he didn't seem overly receptive about getting, they said, we're just going to stand pat.
Not only are the New England Patriots officially out, but it seems like the Pittsburgh Steelers are back in. According to Jordan Schultz, there's still no deal between the San Francisco 49ers and the Steelers on a trade that would send Brandon Ayuk to Pittsburgh. The two sides have spoken, they continue to speak, and the situation remains very fluid. So out of nowhere, the Steelers came back into the picture, I'm assuming because the New England Patriots are out. Ben Albright says that Ayuk is actually agreeable amenable to what the Steelers are offering as an extension. San Francisco has not accepted any offer from Pittsburgh as of Wednesday morning, so a report that a deal is done from Monday was factually incorrect. Diana Russini even backs this up, saying that Pittsburgh seems to be the most likely destination for Brandon Ayuk, as the Steelers, along with other teams, are in communication and are still negotiating with the 49ers for Ayuk, but so far no deal is done. So I know what you guys are thinking.
Mike, this Brandon Ayuk situation is a gigantic circus.
And yes, it truly has been a gigantic circus up until this point. Now look, man, the New England Patriots without a doubt had the best deal for Brandon Ayuk, paying him as much as $32 million a year.
We're going to give $32 million to a guy who just might not want to be here, which makes him the most important player on the team. Let's just push away from the table on this.
But Brandon Ayuk didn't want to play for the Patriots. Now, we'll make a whole separate...
Like, I don't blame him, bro. This is not the Tom Brady-led Patriots anymore, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You would either want to take a little bit of a pay cut to put yourself in the best position to win consistently, or you wouldn't mind downgrading the team you play for in order to get a huge bag. And you see this time and time again with wide receivers in the NFL. Tyreek Hill wanted to get paid as much money as humanly possible in a place that wouldn't charge him any state income tax, so he went to Miami. I hate to admit this, but the Miami Dolphins were clearly a downgrade in terms of your chances of winning a Super Bowl than the Kansas City Chiefs. Same could be said about Devontae Adams and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Facts, bro. Like, I understand Adams wanted to play with, you know what I'm saying, Derek Carr, who he played in college with, but bro, you know what I'm saying, you're getting up there in the age, bro. You have not won a Super Bowl yet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows how long Adams has in the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to get on a team that's like playoff contenders and Super Bowl contenders, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like before the season is over, we might see him on the fucking Jets, bro. I just feel it for some reason that he's getting traded to the Jets, bro. Like, I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers
I don't know.
Season, and then eventually Jordan Love to play for Derek Carr, then Jimmy Garoppolo, then Aiden O'Connell, and of course this year Gardner Minshew, which might be the best quarterback out of all of them. It's something that you see time and time again, and I'm never gonna.
Yeah, I can already see Devontae Adams getting frustrated this season.
It doesn't really seem.
And he's gonna ask for a trade. To trade it to the Jets. And Jets finna go crazy.
A year annually. With all due respect to Brandon Ayuk, that is an overpay for Brandon Ayuk. That means Brandon Ayuk is going to be getting paid as much money as AJ Brown is. It means he's tied for the second highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, getting paid more than Amon-Ra St. Brown and Tyreek Hill. So if you want the money, just go to the New England Patriots. But I suppose that the situation in New England was so bad, and the fact that he had no chance at winning a Super Bowl on the New England Patriots is what made him nervous about going there, even though the target volume would probably be there with a rookie QB in Drake May, and the fact that he'd be the undisputed wide receiver one. And I guess the whole reason why I'm confused about this is he didn't want to go to the Browns either, which also have a decent chance at competing in their division, although there's some question marks in regards to that division, and it's the most competitive division in football. But alas, he doesn't even want to go to the Cleveland Browns. He wants to go to the team that in my mind is the biggest question mark in that division, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I have nothing against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's impossible to tell how.
And the only reason Ayuk wanted to go to the Steelers is because of Mike Tomlin. Like, let's keep it a buck, bro. He does not want to play for a washed Russell Wilson and an unproven Justin Fields, bro. Let's keep it a buck right now. Come on now.
But in regards to a team that could be the most boom or bust in the entire division, you have to admit it's probably going to be the Steelers or the Browns. In the case of the Steelers, they still don't know who their QB1 is. They don't know
it's Russ.
Wilson's going to look like Seattle Seahawks Russ or Denver Broncos Russ. We don't know if Justin Fields is going to continue this momentum with these laser precision throws into the regular season. But what we do know is the way their offensive coordinator historically crafted its offenses. And the reason why I think this is so interesting is when you take a look at Brandon Ayuk's interest for the Steelers, the quarterbacks are Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Arthur Smith's rank in pass rate over expectation in the 5 years that he's been offensive coordinator or head coach is 29th, 30th, 13th, 31st, and 32nd. So I guess that's the part of this that's very confusing to me. Because in the case of the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're not necessarily going to get a a tremendous amount of volume at wide receiver 1. You're not necessarily
Yeah, so why did they bring in Arthur Smith again?
Annually, and you don't have the best opportunity to compete for a Super Bowl. So after seeing this entire circus, there's one thing that was consistent in this saga. Brandon Ayuk had the opportunity to play for lesser teams, and the San Francisco 49ers had trades in place to send him to different teams. Those teams would be willing to pay Brandon Ayuk more money, but the problem was that Brandon Ayuk didn't want that at the end of the day. He wanted to stay on the San Francisco 49ers, and he wouldn't mind taking a little less money to do so. He just wanted to get paid the max amount that he could possibly get paid, but the San Francisco 49ers also have Trent Williams and Brock Purdy that they eventually have to pay as well. So once
Brock Purdy,
his contract extension from the Dallas Cowboys,
Brock Purdy, good.
$1 a year annually. A few days later, the San Francisco 49ers announced that they officially signed Brandon Ayuk to a contract extension. So according to Adam Schefter, the San Francisco 49ers signed Brandon Ayuk to a 4-year, $120 million contract extension, which is exactly the same amount of money that Tyreek Hill is currently getting paid, and ties him for the 5th highest paid wide receiver in the entire NFL. The funny thing about this,
bro, is making Tyreek Hill money. Like, bro, he is getting paid the same amount of money as Tyreek Hill, the guy who has been top 3 in receiving yards these last 2 years, bro. Over 1,700 yards. Like, bro, this shit is crazy. Like, now Tyreek Hill is getting severely underpaid. Like, let's keep it a buck, bro. Tyreek Hill should be a top 3 paid wide receiver, but he's the reason why the wide receiver market has been skyrocketing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Him and Devontae Adams is the reason for this.
That has been on the team.
Yo, and now Tyreek Hill's looking for a new contract now.
Holden did not alter any part of his
man. Motherfuckers do not want to win a Super Bowl, huh? Keep asking for these big ass bags. Like, come on, bro.
And at a specific point,
get y'all priorities straight.
I mean, you didn't want to go to the New England Patriots to get paid $32 million a year annually. It was very clear that Brandon Ayuk wanted to be in the same system that has been working for him throughout his entire career, playing for an offensive genius in Kyle Shanahan, consistently being in the hunt for a Super Bowl, and he wanted to get paid very well to do so. In my opinion, this was the right decision by Brandon Ayuk, but it also indicates something completely different. You see, as we mentioned earlier on in this video, the San Francisco 49ers drafted Ricky Pearsall in the first round of the 2024 NFL draft. And Ricky Pearsall and
now this you know what I'm saying, with this happening, with them re-signing Ayuk and shit like that, and now that they, you know what I'm saying, they know that Ayuk is staying, they already got Debo secured, and they drafted Ricky Pearsall. What made them re-sign Jauan Jennings? I understand Jauan Jennings has been solid, you know what I'm saying, these last few years. He came up clutch in the playoffs for y'all last year. But why? You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all got 4 receivers that it's going to be tough to get all of them involved, plus CMC and George Kittle. Come on now, bro. Like, Jauan Jennings has got to be out the door like sooner rather than later, bro. Because I think he's getting up there in age as well. I think he's like what, almost 30 or whatever.
As Deebo Samuel.
But bro, now you got 3 really good wide receivers of the future, bro. Well, technically not Deebo for the future because he's 28 now, but
at the end of the day, I give Brandon Ayuk an A+ for this decision. I felt like if Brandon Ayuk went to the New England Patriots, he would have turned into Kenny Golladay 2.0, and that's not an indictment on Brandon Ayuk, but Brandon, I mean,
that's fair enough, bro.
Were a perfect match for each other. The 49ers are consistently putting him in a situation to get wide open and get better and better each year. Brandon Ayuk is one of the best run blocking wide receivers in the NFL, and I don't think this is an overpay by any means, especially since Jamar Chase is about to get a huge contract extension, and the wide receiver market is going to inflate more and more. Personally, I'm just happy that this saga is over, because as you guys saw from how long this video was and the recap of all the events that it took to get here, this was one of the most difficult sagas and stories I've covered on this channel. So if you're a 49ers fan, let me know in the comment section down below, how do you feel about this deal? Do you think Brandon Ayuk was overpaid, or do you think the price was just right? I'd like to
it was pretty good price because he deserved it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm dropping our mic,
especially from that breakout year last year. 100%. But you know what I'm saying, I already know how, you know what I'm saying, some Niners fans feel about it, because I had them I'm saying some comments under my Brandon Ayuk post and shit like that. My last Brandon Ayuk video and shit. I already know how some of them feel. I want to know how all 49ers fans feel about this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all excited? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all finally happy that this Brandon Ayuk situation is over with, and now y'all can look forward to possibly another, you know what I'm saying, great season, bro. You know what I'm saying? Potentially probably making it back to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoy it. You guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on post notifications, get notified whenever I drop another banger video. We're on the road to 600 subs. I'm going to get up for more banger info reaction like this. Without further ado, I'm out. Gang!